who has the best AR demo of the year. Each of our 12 contestants will have 4 minutes, and only 4 minutes I'll be enforcing, to show off what they're doing, explain why it's relevant, and then stand at the mercy of our 4 esteemed judges, who will then proceed to heckle that given demo-e in whichever way they want to. Please feel free to tweet whatever you're feeling at hashtag ARE2012. We will be following it. We will be laughing along with it. And I will now introduce our 4 judges. And let's just get a round of applause for the Augies. Welcome. Yeah. Ow. Our first judge, known worldwide for his novels, which helped define the cyberpunk genre, but here best known as the prophet of the augmented reality movement, my friend, someday, Bruce Sterling. Yeah. Woo. Seated next to him, we have legendary game designer behind such titles as SimCity, The Sims, and Spore, the founder of Stupid Fun Club, Will Wright. Yeah, welcome. And see next to him, one of the world's leading augmented reality researchers, the director of the Human Interface Technology Laboratory in New Zealand, and one of the true gods of AR, it's true, Mr. Mark Billinghurst. Dr. Mark Billinghurst. And finally, author of such techno thrillers as Damon and Freedom, an independent systems consultant for Fortune 1000 companies who's designed and developed enterprise software for the defense, finance, and entertainment industries, our friend Daniel Suarez. Welcome. So, you can yell things, that's fine, we don't mind, but they'll be doing the majority of the question asking. At the end, you guys will be able to, we'll run through these guys. At the end, you will be able to text in your votes for who your favorite guy was. So we're actually going to vote on this, and you, in the end, will decide who wins the Augies. We have a very sophisticated back-end system set up for this. Months of development. And that's going to work eventually. So take notes, figure out who your favorite is, and I think we're ready to kick this off. You guys ready to kick this off? Yeah. Okay.
I like all the registration marks.
Yeah.
They're ready.
That's very happy.
Should we talk about who's presenting? Is that? I think we're going to start with this guy. Okay.
Stefan, yeah. Hi to everyone. I have the very easy task to start the first demonstration. So it's a mix of video, a bit of speech, and a real demonstration as well. So let's start with a video first. Whenever it's going to run. So this demonstration is a business-to-business type of tool for getting content. Augmented reality is a very nice way to get access to content, and it's what we wanted to show there. What we want to show as well is how to use different technologies like sensors, application processors within a tablet to get an intuitive interface, an intuitive way to get access to this content as well. Tomorrow, I will have a speak about efficient hardware and software and new technologies to enhance augmented reality. And I will demonstrate to you how it is to have optimized software and hardware working together, and new kind of technology like emotion sensing, sensor fusions. We are going to really help a lot on having new kind of AR experience. So while the video is starting, why is it relevant for today? In fact, what we want to do also is to mix up technologies not only on apps processor and sensor side, but also to use the image recognition, augmented reality, and the virtual reality for an immersive way of a user experience. So. So of course, it's in the lobby on our company. We use this one for a virtual visitor or real visitor to discover content through posters which are triggering specific images. The user interface is using the sensors to avoid to manipulate different pictures, so to have a complete intuitive way to get access to different content and different rooms. Each kind of posters is triggering through Wi-Fi different kind of content, and each content, in fact, is dedicated to discover what is in there. So it's better than any brochure, and it's better than any kind of speech. This is another way where we look at what is inside the tablets, and we can navigate within these tablets through this sensor kind of navigation as well. This is also kind of context because this video was made for Mobile World Congress. So it's a mixture again of augmented reality, virtual reality, sensors, application processor, and I just want to show to you that it's not only a movie. And what we did for the past few weeks is to completely rewrite this application. To prove you that first it's working, but to prove you that it's also working on a very basic type of tablet, less than 1 gigahertz, 1 core, and able, in fact, to run this kind of, I would say, immersive navigation. Have time? Okay. Otherwise, you can come and look at this closely. It's going to be not augmented reality, under augmented reality.
Searching for source.
Okay. Okay. So you can believe me, it's working fine. I'll take this one as image recognition, right? It can be any kind of logo. I use a Freescale logo there. In fact, you can navigate within. It's extremely fast now, not like the video. Everything has been rewritten to reuse completely the hardware acceleration, the GPUs. You don't need any more this kind of, I would say, dual core high GPU. It's also working very fine on single core, but with good GPUs as well. Extremely fast, can run any kind of Android 2 and 3 kind of version, and it's fully optimized with sensors, accelerometer, and eCompass as well. If you want to know more about this, please come to my speech tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so with the 30 seconds remaining, you should probably show the judges first person so they can.
So, which judge goes first here? We have
Start on you, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I leave it. It's like Hungry Hippos.
Judge rhetoric.
Who should look at it first?
Well, you know, the guy who's not talking should look at it. So, I'll start. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, here it works.
So, Stefan.
Yeah.
Really liking your logo. Freescale logo is really nice. Your model's very nice. That's a good video. Music, really good. Android tablets, rubbish. Okay? Android tablets are junk. So, given that they don't really work very well and nobody knows what to do with them because they've never seen one, I think, well, you know, I'm all for that. But, you know, the problem with like walking around with tablets and using them as display devices is that I'm always like dropping them and putting my thumbs on them and then everything freezes up. And so you got to get the big rubber Mickey Mouse things on it. And don't be afraid to mess with it, because it's just an Android piece of rubbish. Just go ahead and put like big, grips on the side so I can actually hold it, actually tilt it, and it's clear that I don't ever have to touch anything. Because it's super that you're like using the interferometer as the navigation device. But given that I'm never going to touch it, and everybody who owns an iPad, of course, wants to stroke it, there is no stroke interface. You should just put big rubber handles on it and actually use it as a mechanical display. In other words, you need better industrial design. It needs to be more ergonomic. And you don't want anybody to touch the screen, so make it clear that the screen's untouchable, okay? Other than that, it's like really nice concept. I quite like it. It's working for us judges up here. It's fluid, it's fast, but this is not really a good form factor to do what you've accomplished in your interface design. Right. There we go.
Okay.
No, there is no touch interface. In fact, it's all sensors.
Yeah.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, well, that's
Okay.
great.
Got it.
You don't have to touch. No more fingerprints on your tablets. Everything is intuitive.
I wouldn't touch an Android tablet.
Yeah, it's obviously
It's too late already. You did it.
It's obviously
So-
childproof.
Yeah. So I think I got a lot more in like 10 seconds of holding this than I got from 5 minutes of that video. I will disagree with Bruce on that video just confused the hell out of me. I didn't know what it was showing me. I was bored before she got to the front desk, and got the tablet. But I see in playing with this, you have a very good registration. It feels to me like this is one of those situations where you have a solution in search of a problem, and you have a great technology, and it's a matter of finding what's the right application for that. I think that just playing with it, it feels slick and fun to play with. I can imagine a lot of applications for this. I think it's a matter of showcasing the right application, the right problem to solve.
Oh, good. Now let me get this straight, that you would be handing a ruggedized tablet. All right. You'd be handing a ruggedized tablet to the customer as opposed to them using their phone or downloading.
Yeah,
some app.
we can provide this on. It's not ruggedized. It can be any kind of Android tablet today. Android, right?
Okay. So it would have to be kind of a high-value product to deal with losing some tablets or people being rough with them. 20 people come in at once with kids and they hand it to their kids. It just seems to me
Yeah,
a choke point.
it's again, it's business to business. So it's
Okay.
something
All
we provide to events and to customers. It's not something that we develop for the public,
Okay.
right?
All right.
All right, very good. We are certainly over time. That was constructive. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We're moving on. That was
Maybe
fantastic.
keep-
Let's give a round of applause. I apologize to any other future order mishaps. Okay, but I know our next one. It's a video about Build AR by our friend Rob Manson. Take it away, man. Welcome.
Yeah. Oh, wrong video.
Go with it.
I'll do someone else's presentation. Yeah. Cool. I'm Rob, and this is Build AR. We're the WordPress of the AR industry. So in 2009, we released the world's first web-based AR content management system. And this was an experiment, but the response was awesome, and we found that there was a real demand for this type of platform. A year ago here at the Augies, we released Build AR 1.0, and this really set a new standard for location-based AR tools. The response to that was awesome as well, and we had people from all over the world signing up to use our drag-and-drop, easy-to-use interface. And some of them created some really cool AR content. In January this year, we released Build AR 2.0, and this supported natural feature tracking using layer vision. And again, Build AR, we believe, really set the standard for ease of use. So you can just simply upload your content via your web browser, use our drag and drop interface. It's that easy. Here's a campaign that one of our customers created. Their users just point the phone at their brochure, and this loads the content and links them into the AR experience. Here you can see how good the tracking for layer vision is. It performs really, really well. Projected onto this is a streaming video, and there's some buttons that link off to Facebook or to enter a competition. It's really that easy. BuildAR is, we believe, the easiest way to create really rich, fully functional AR. But this is really just the beginning. So what I'd now like to talk about is what we're developing next. So soon we're releasing BuildAR 3.0, and we believe that's going to build a new wave in computing itself. This is not just an extension of AR, but we believe that this is a new vision for the web itself. So welcome to the awesome web. The web has become a lot more than just pages of information. Now, modern mobile web browsers, they can access your location, your camera, and so much more. And these augmented web experiences really turn the web upside down, the old web. We're making it easy to upgrade your website by just adding a single line of JavaScript. And this adds what we call a doodad, basically just to the side of your page. And you can use this to peel back the old web and uncover the awesome web underneath. So the awesome web obviously makes it easy to present your location content in maps, but also allows you to overlay all sorts of other content onto your view of the real world through the camera view from your device. You can load video calls, live data feeds, all kinds of information that you can imagine. And this really merges traditional apps, AR, and streaming video, and this is all working inside the mobile web browser. Now you can really create apps that you can really connect with. So we're seeing support for this starting to arrive in the different mainstream browsers now. And we have a fully working JavaScript toolkit that we're about to release as an open source project. So the toolkit you can really think of as jQuery for the augmented web. And of course, BuildAR 3.0 will be the quickest and easiest way to get started making your site awesome. And we hope that you're as excited about this new vision for AR as we are. We think this is really the best way to get AR into the largest audience that's available, and that's the mobile web. Thank you very much.
Shall I have a game?
Yeah, you want to go first this time?
Yeah, I think
Hit
it's very cool. It would be a cookie-cutter design, I imagine, initially, but the really cool thing about it is it would just get out to a broad audience quickly and help people understand it. And then I guess crowdsource it, have people do unusual things and then adapt it later?
Well, so there's the open source toolkit, so people can use that to create their own content, and it's really a scene generation management sort of system, but it's really easy for people, any sort of JavaScript developer to use. But then on top of that, we've got our content management platform, so that makes it even easier for people that aren't developers to just create content.
Well, the thing I like about it is exposing the greatest number of people possible.
Absolutely.
Even if it's rudimentary, I think that's really cool, making it that simple. So that's mine.
Oh, sorry.
Take off.
Safe distance.
Safe distance now.
That's right.
Okay?
That was an awesome presentation, Rob. That was great. Just one question. So is this the awesome web, is that still based on Layer?
No, so that's using our open source JavaScript framework, and then it's really an event handler model, so you can plug in all types of things. So location changes can be an event, image processing can be an event, feeds from other devices can be events, and they can all be things that drive the scene.
And all the web browsers will support it?
Not yet, but there's lots of movement. So at the moment, Opera on Android works out of the box, and there's pre-release versions of Chrome and lots of different things. So the standards are there, but they're just slowly being implemented. Yes.
So one web browser will support it?
Yes.
Great. On Android?
Yes.
Great.
For the moment.
Excellent.
I was actually curious to hear a lot more about the image recognition features on 3.0. Is that something you're handling on the client with your own software?
No, so for 2.0 we use the Layer Vision platforms, that works really well. In 3.0 we're treating them if you choose to use Awesome Web as opposed to the layer output, then they're just plugins. So there's the JSR toolkit, there's some other natural feature tracking libraries as well. You can compile some quite good things into JavaScript now from C++ libraries.
What I find interesting about this is it might allow a much more Darwinian approach for people, where you can get a lot more applications out there very quickly, and survival of the fittest. And I think it'll just kind of bring forward the state of the art much more quickly.
Absolutely, and that's what we're really hoping for. It's a much more sort of open web style, view source type environment.
Yeah.
I really like the second half, and I think you should scrap the first half and just go for the awesome next wave of computing with, the embedded video and so forth. Because you're even using kind of old-fashioned web metaphors there, which aren't particularly friendly. I mean, I happen to be a WordPress user. I've even got the WordPress logo, and I'm from Texas, just like WordPress. But WordPress is really a dusty piece of junk. It's not friendly, and it's completely beset with just awful spam problems. So if you're going to make a comparison to a web-based thing, you should be talking about Pinterest or Tumblr or something that's just dead easy and silly. And the Facebook thing, I think, could become a liability. I'd actually be more interested in something that guarantees that my content will never be on Facebook, like a Facebook proofing button. It's just kind of, I'm sorry, I love these guys. They were heroes a year ago in the Arab Spring, but now Zuckerberg is like Dark Shadows. There's something terrifying about the guy. So, I think you need to move right on to the augmented web and the awesome web. And I really like your doodad. I'm not sure why, but it's something about it captures the imagination. It's just like a cool icon. And the ability to just peel off a web page and then do all this other stuff is sexy and exciting, and I can see how it would work under Java, and it seems plausible. Awesome. Combining apps, AR, video, and a browser all on the same device at the same time looks like a complete train wreck to me. So I would like to see some hint that they kind of somehow interoperate smoothly, and they're not going to freeze the screen while the video is attempting to download or whatever, but it's kind of got it going on. So I'd lose the Web 2.0, Web 1.0 stuff, and play up the doodad aspects. But other than that, it was kind of groovy.
Awesome.
Just, good luck with that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to start really enforcing time limits now. I've been trained by my German friends over here to really lay down the law. So I apologize in advance for everyone. I'm going to ruin your day. So if I say 30 seconds, it's 30 seconds. Now we have Ignacio demoing Teletouch. Welcome.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to ask you to imagine how the convergence of augmented reality and telepresence looks like, how a truly unified communication looks like. We think it looks like this. This is our friend Coco. Coco's in Barcelona right now. He's using one of our telepresence screens. He's using a semi-transparent screen. And sorry. So he's using one of our telepresence screens. And the effect you see, it's very easy to understand. It seems like he's on the other side of the board. So it's a casual remote collaboration screen. And there's no learning curve. It's very intuitive. You just walk up to this, and the person is on the other side of the screen. So this is how the screen looks like. Sorry. Well, maybe not. This is how the screen looks like. It's a semi-transparent screen. The camera is placed behind the screen, so we get this very particular point of view, which brings everything together. It's very intuitive to collaborate. When you point at something, he knows exactly what you're pointing at, and that's the way unified communications should look like, bringing together what normally in telepresence systems now is separate. You get the video on one side, and you get the shared screen on the other side. We have everything together in this very intuitive form factor. You say hello, Coco. Put your hand on the screen. How's it going? It's 4 a.m. Barcelona, so round of applause for Coco. Thank you.
Wait, this is live?
Yeah, this is live, of
This
course.
is live. I didn't realize. Okay. Wow. What? Okay, let's go to the judges. You're good on time.
Wow. The screen, do you have any idea on the price point yet for it? I'm just curious.
It's between 10 and 15,000.
Interesting. I've never seen anything, it seems obvious now that I see it, that you're looking through space and interacting directly with people as if you're touching the opposite sides of the glass.
Right.
I think it's
There's
really cool.
no 3D technology going on, but the sense of depth is very useful and revealing.
One question though. He's not really skilled at writing backwards, is he? He's obviously writing.
No.
Just check.
He's a right-handed person, but we see him as a left-handed
All right, so
person.
it flips. Just check. That's why.
Cool. So that was really cool. Although when I imagine AR and teleconferencing merged together, I don't imagine this. I imagine the Star Trek hologram where you've got Princess Leia kind of appearing in front of you. But this is a good first step, I think. Oh, you're going to pick up the bottle for me. That's excellent. So play to the judges. That's great. Fantastic. So what is the next step? So this is a good first step, I think. What is the next features you're going to add to this?
Well, you can record the meetings, of course, and go back and see what happened. But we focus very specifically on this interaction paradigm, being on the other side of the screen. Right now we have this special filtering technology that allows the camera to see through the screen without seeing what's being displayed. Then we put it back together, of course, to see this. We'll continue to focus on this with different technologies, but same interaction paradigm.
Great. That's good. Thanks.
So presumably he's looking at a blank screen and using some stylus and seeing a computer, projection of what he's drawing, right?
Exactly.
Okay. And it's being reversed so that he's writing forward. So we're seeing him basically
Correct.
flipped.
Yeah.
I see. Have you given any thought to like doing other imagery besides just kind of like whiteboard stuff? It would still have to have a certain amount of transparency, but still I could see like overlaying a map and then having a detailed discussion about the spatial things like that.
Absolutely, you can share any kind of contents on this thing. This is a shared cloud desktop. It's a Windows in this case, but it can be anything you want.
And then presumably you could even put like a Z buffer on that image, and so he could be showing through certain parts of the image and not others.
Well, we like to have a complete transparency. So what we see is what he sees. We're seeing the same thing.
But I can imagine something like a Kinect sensor that would know where he is in Z space, and he could in fact walk through the image, maybe different layers. Having a discussion about a much more elaborate three-dimensional thing.
Certainly.
I think that make fuller use of the actual dimensionality, and where he's positioning himself in his hands.
Yeah, yeah, that's certainly the way to go. But this solution right now is very simple and elegant. And as I say, it's not a 3D depth sensor.
Yeah.
But you get this depth feeling, which is immediate and very natural.
Mm-hmm. That's very cool. I like the pragmatism of it.
Bruce, you have 20 seconds.
I really urge you to strip it down to the simplest thing possible because the gaze awareness and the immediacy of it really makes it magic. So I hope you don't have a special stylus or anything. It should be as close to a hole in space as possible, right? It's sexy. I like it a lot.
Wow, you did it. That's pretty good. Okay, thank you, sir. That was amazing. That was really cool. Another round of applause. Okay, and up next we have Mike Winter with something from Stupid Fun Club and the Augmented Bicycle. Welcome. Yeah.
Can we go over the lights a little bit on this? I'm Mike Winter, co-founder with Will of Stupid Fun Club. About a year ago, my daughter was riding her bicycle down a street in Oakland when a car turned and hit her and knocked her off the bike, and she got a pretty serious concussion, even though she was wearing a helmet. So that kind of started a process, and I'd like to take you through a little bit of that. Could we do the video, please? Okay. So here's what happened. Bicycle and car on the same road, going down, bam. But so what if we could rewind time a little bit and take a look at what we could do about that? So they're going backwards. Okay, we start over. Now both the bicycle and the car have GPS and most likely a way to connect with the internet. Right now the car could be warned that a bicycle is approaching it. The car lets the bike go by, then the car turns. That's a very simple idea used with technology either from today or like a couple years down the road. And so I made a device to do that using a wonderful Android phone and augmented hardware and a distance sensor. And here I am riding around Berkeley, but I should be watching out. So the idea is to prevent that. And also these big purple balls are always hitting me. So here's Lisa, who is the inspiration, fully recovered from the accident. And the parts on the bike are the aforementioned great Android phone, sensor, a little Arduino, and I think that's it, and a big old battery pack. So this is our first version of it. Lisa, can you show them the next version? Okay, it's actually the little square that's inside of here. That's the chip that we'll be using for the next version. And right before this, I took a ride around this Coliseum on the bicycle. And could we show the results on the web of what the bicycle has transmitted to the cloud? So we are right here. And so I started off like back behind here. I got through security. And these are bumps. The red ones are all speed bumps on the road that goes around the Coliseum. And the yellow ones I almost hit cars. I was kind of doing that on purpose because I thought you'd be bored if I didn't hit anything. And the green, and the green bikes are where it was safe and like nothing happened. But since these are transmitting pictures, this actually makes a very interesting video if you show the pictures in succession of like all the friggin' danger that you run into when you're riding a bike, especially the way I do. And I'd also like to invite the audience after this, if they see me today or tomorrow with a bike, to take a look through the eyewear and see what the bicyclist is seeing, because the augmented eyewear works really, really well. It's only taking up a little bit of your vision, and it can really warn you about what could possibly happen to you. And I think that's it. Yeah.
We have extra time for feedback.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he wants to take a look through the headset.
Is it working?
I'll hold it for you.
Oh, okay.
Does it take a long time to power up? So presumably you're shrinking it down into a chip and you would incorporate it into the bike so that it's not a huge target to be stolen?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and it would probably be like about $25. What it is in essence is the latest version of Bluetooth, which will go for like 2 years on a little battery, and 8051 processor, the size of both of them, all things together, the size of a quarter.
Nice. I think it's awesome. So I'm just wondering about, so on the front this is an ultrasound sensor, is that right?
Yeah.
For distance?
Yeah. It's just a $25 one from SparkFun. If you want, if your high school kid could probably make this.
So your plan is that the bikes have GPS on it, the cars have GPS, they'll talk to the cloud, and the cloud will tell them not to crash into each other. What do you think the round time delay of that's going to be?
Oh, we're working on, at the Stupid Fun Club, a real-time system, and we think it's going to be under a second.
Okay.
Obviously, that's not going to detect the 73 Chevy come. Right.
It spots 73 Chevys and marks them with a big red X.
Yeah.
No, it will actually, you can know the history of the road, and so it can warn you if there are dangerous areas coming up.
It's just copying what's on the
When I see that map, I'm encouraged to want to get more exclamation points on there.
Okay.
I look for Mike on his bike, and it's like, I want to get more exclamation points on his map.
Okay, there was, yesterday, I was testing my bike in our parking lot, right in front of the gate, which was a mistake, and Will came around the corner.
Hit him, yes.
And then his M3. Luckily, Will is pretty much a professional race car driver and stopped. But I guess the message there is I can still be stupid while I'm wearing this.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I really like the bike itself, and I think it's like a great example of a modern kind of hackerspace mashup with kind of off-the-shelf cool components. So it's like, I just really like the bike a lot. And I understand that your original motivation was not have your comely daughter here crushed by idiots on cars. But, you are from Stupid Fun Club, and it's not like Public Safety Club. So it's pretty clear to me that the use of a device like this in real life would be much more dangerous, because guys are going to whip on it, think they're invulnerable, and just start like whizzing through stop signs. Are there any dots in this neighborhood? None,
I have this very valuable Stupid Fun Club coin from our mint.
Well, that's very kind of you. But, I would flip this, and like most sort of safety stuff, it would tend to encourage people to bend new limits. And, the ideal person would not be, a kindly young woman on a bike, but the ideal consumer for a thing like this would be some kind of bike messenger guy who's absolutely just going to like roar and whip it, and like use this device to actually drive or pilot his bicycle in a much more unsafe way. And that's just human nature and has nothing to do with your design, but that would be my prediction should these devices be deployed. And they would probably move in packs because they would all have GPS for one another, and so they'd sort of get in these critical mass things, and you'd see guys just like zooming by 70, miles per hour because they feel invulnerable.
We'll get our staff on it tomorrow.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Let's give it up for the augmented bike. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Okay.
I
Wow. That was awesome. It worked. I do not condone that. Okay. So, we need more tweets going on. Please be active. Social media. It's ARE. Come on. Up next, we've got I Know demoing at Cubiculo. Coolest name. Say it. Cubiculo. All right. Welcome.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Okay. So Cubiculo is a location-based app that also has computer vision tracking AR. So the idea is that you check into a real-life location, and you can build there with 3D building blocks. So when you first load the app, you see a map of where you are, and it's completely gyro-controlled. So in this case, I'm demonstrating on a tablet here. And actually, it runs on both iOS and Android. Right now, I'm just loading this on an Android here. And you can choose a list of venues that you want to check into, similar to, I guess, a lot of other location check-in apps. And that's due to device GPS limitations. And so let's go to the Santa Clara Convention Center. Oops. And once you selected it, it kind of zooms in closer to where you are, and it loads the nearby creations that others, or perhaps yourself, has created. And then you choose to enter the venue, so you can start building or exploring the venue and other people's builds in more detail. And for example, here you can kind of scroll through some other builds and also see an AR, of course. And I have like several different AR markers. One of them is actually embroidered on a hat, so that I guess I could wear it or something, or others could wear it. And so in a way, the AR marker lets you take your virtual creation into your hands, so that you're basically holding in your hands what you yourself actually create virtually. So there's that sort of personal, sort of intimate touch there. Oh, sorry. Oops. I was off screen there. Sorry? Let's go back to here, and I guess I'll watch the screen here.
There we go.
Yeah, so this is tracking on this hat, embroidered hat here. And I think it's actually flips. So it's kind of interesting getting it to, well, let's see. And then there's the tracking distance. I'll just track it on this one. Right, so. Right, so.
Can we turn it horizontal?
Horizontal?
The camera?
Or.
I'll put it on.
Wait, I think it's, yeah, it's loading, kind of. So that's like what others have built. When you're ready to build, you click on the ready to build, and then it loads a build mode where there's actually two different versions. There's sort of this fully gyro-based pinch in, pinch out. This is on an iPad mouse, so it runs on iOS and Android. And there's also an AR portion where you turn on the AR on, and then you track the marker right here. And it tracks onto this thing right here. And you can build in full augmented reality. So in a way, it kind of makes it very intuitive to build because you're actually building right on something, let's say you're holding in your hand or say on your cap or something, or on a wall somewhere. It's basically about kind of social creativity. And the barrier of entry for creation is so low that anybody can enter and they can just, touch to put a cursor down and touch again to confirm it. And there, you can choose different colors and go for like yellow, greenish, and yellow, and just kind of build anywhere or randomly here because I'm kind of on a time crunch here on stage. And once you finish building, you can actually saves, and all saves in the cloud, and is tied to the geolocation that you checked into, or that we checked into earlier, Santa Clara Convention Center. And this means that whenever others check in, or when you yourself check in, others can see what others have built, or you can see what others have built. And this is kind of browsing through other creations around here. And this is all gyro controlled, so it's very intuitive. So there's the real world element of rotating and moving your device as opposed to like complex multi-touch. Of course, there's also pinch in, pinch out zoom. And there's also the camera, the AR mode. And kind of for fun, I kind of incorporated a physics system here where if you, let's see, press the diamond button, physics, you kind of see some physics things start going, and you kind of sort of see that. It depends on how it falls, I guess. Let's see, so the interface is intuitive enough, and there's kind of this whimsy and wonder where, say, imagine you're visiting a location and then you want to visit later and you can actually find what you have created, like say 10 years ago or something, and it's kind of a way to leave a memento there. And there's also actually an open API where you can actually directly access all the stuff that's been created. Oh gosh, 10 seconds. And right. Well, the Open API, I just hacked up a really quick app just for this thing. And then, well, anyways, the Open API, there's a Kant app that you can see in the art gallery later. And that's with Ant's path navigating around the Cubiculo data. That it's basically a REST API that you can just fetch directly stuff from it. And just as a note, this runs on all versions of Android and iOS, as well as broken iPhones. This actually runs on a totally broken iPhone. Here's proof. It's like totally cracked, and it still runs. Yeah.
Way to go, Steve.
Okay.
I think we should probably put the hat on Bruce. You wanted to make sure they get to see it.
Okay.
Can I help you carry stuff?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Bringing it over.
I think I'm going to check.
You're going to check it out. Oh, look at that. Ooh.
Now I'm on
There's a lot more stuff.
Right.
So you guys all get something
Oh, that's so
for
sweet
the
of you.
few brief moments, I guess.
Can I have the cracked iPhone?
You might have to arrange something about that. You want the cracked one? Okay.
Yeah, I'm keen on the cracked iPhone.
So Cubic-
It's like hardware you can trust.
And here's the marker that you can use to track the AR portion. This one has the AR off by default. And you turn the AR on, and then just use this. Well, it's probably easier depending on the lighting. I'll just hold it, I guess, once it tracks.
You know, your software is like really sophisticated and groovy, but your form factors here are just absolute madness. I mean, watching you shuffle these 4 things over there, you know, including your overhead projector, you're like a mad seamstress. You can't possibly, I mean, you can't create content on a device like that, holding it with one hand unsteadily in midair and stroking it with your forefinger. It's just not gonna work.
Well, I should have multiple arms or something, and
Well, you know
or
what
hire
you
like
need,
alien demo
is
people.
like
Alien
something to
demo
like
people.
hold
Yes.
it around your neck, you know. kinda
That's a good idea,
Like somebody
actually.
embroidering, so you can like use both hands to actually create content, because it's just not physically realistic, even though it's like super sophisticated, and the graphics are razor sharp, and the 3D is just the awesome. But these devices that you're trying to use are just not gonna get it done. I mean, for one glorious moment, I thought we were gonna have a successful live product demo. But,
So you're blaming it on the devices, but not on the software.
well,
so
their software is the awesome. You're the software queen, but your use case is not very realistic, just because these
because
things
the
are not
devices
gonna-
are limited then.
Yeah, they've got to have rubber on them or some way to grip them, or else you need some kind of stroke gestural.
Well, just as
interface.
a note, if you actually have a broken device, it still works on it. So, so
Yeah,
that's
well,
like
you
the main
know,
mode there, and you
iPhones
can
are
check
great.
into the venue and go into the build mode.
I
so-
love the map mode. I mean, to me, that's so much cooler than the registering, the little AR hit point and all that stuff. Just having a basically intuitive camera control on a map, to me, is worth a mint right there.
Yeah, it's nice.
Play with that. That one's cool.
So it's kind of like Legos.
But I would hate to try and create content on those things.
Yeah, see, just
Even
the
like weird
intuitiveness of
3D
that.
Jackson Pollock things.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Well, I think AR is so resistant to demoing, and I think, you know, that's half of what you're fighting here.
Concise opinions, just like,
Well.
like some, we got
This is cool.
Yeah, right.
It's the map mode. Yeah.
I love the map.
maybe change it as you augment.
Yeah, and there's kind of multiplayer stuff as well.
I've never seen anything you can manipulate the actual augmentation.
Actually create the AR right on your device.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3D stuff.
You can manipulate the augmentation manually. That,
Yeah, basically you can build AR in 3D right on your mobile device, anywhere you are in the world, and it saves geolocation based on where you are. Okay, thank you. Okay.
everybody time.
So up next we have Mitio, and this is Mustache Jones.
In case any of you are wondering, my name is not Mustache Jones. Yeah, no, it was funny, Brendan. Thank you. My name is actually Track Lord. I'm from the same company that Brendan works for, and which is Mataio. And so our entry for this year's Augies is our 3D optical recognition and tracking. And essentially what that means is that we make point clouds of complex 3D environments using mobile camera software, and we can convert that into a referent image for suitably and accordingly overlaying 3D and digital information. So where with 2D tracking, with like the most, I guess, quote unquote, common form of augmented reality, where the image is the referent, instead we take this kind of ghost of the environment and use that to overlay information onto. Okay, so now we're going to show you a live demo, I know, fingers crossed, of the three-dimensional object recognition and tracking, which we fondly refer to as the augmented city. Get like a applause or drum roll. You guys are so, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Lisa. Lisa was not paid to say that, though she does work for the same company I work for. Just disclaimer. All right. Wait, I seem to have a mic. Does it work? Does it work? It does not work. Do we have mic one on? It's on. Yeah? All right, cool. That's the whole point of me having it. sort of a prototype kind of display of potential use cases. So walking navigations, driving navigations. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the mic's not on. Luckily for all of you, I'm a really loud talker. Now it's on, right? Okay. So as I was saying, these lovely potential use cases for the augmentations of real-time urban environments. But the other thing is the number one question that I get from this is, can I do this with a real city? And the answer up until today was no, not exactly. Of course, if you did some really inventive things with 20 by 20 meter markers and some scaffolding, I'm sure you could figure out something. But for the meantime, this was the only actual application until yesterday when we got a hold of, let's see here, a lab fresh, or a video fresh from the labs of Mataio. And what are you doing here? There we go. Sorry, I actually don't like PCs. I'm a Mac user, so it's a constant struggle. I know. You guys can flame me later. Okay. So this is the promise that we essentially made with the Augmented City technology, is actual outdoor, tightly aligned augmentations of buildings. No. Shut up, Roman. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I thought it sounded like your laugh. Sorry, that was my boss. I just told to shut up. So you're laughing at your employee. Come on, man. So what this is GPS. So right now what we're about to see is what happens when we turn off GPS and we start using this kind of outdoor tightly aligned augmentations, and that's the result. So you see models. Thank you. So GPS is wonderful, and it's definitely done great things for the industry. But as we all know, as you get closer to the objects, as you can see, the GPS sort of starts to falter, and it's not as tightly aligned as it can be. But with this new technology that we just developed, we are fulfilling this kind of vision of entering an urban or otherwise foreign environment and being able to see tightly aligned, precise augmentations of the real world in real time on a consumer mobile device. That's what we got. Oh, thank you to my lovely assistant, Thomas Berton, for running the demo, and thank you guys very much. Appreciate it. Oh yeah, I know. I'll just leave the video. Whatever. We'll just riff.
Well, I'm a major fan of Mataio's tech chops. You guys have outdone yourselves with this one. This is just really state of the art. Yep. You're top of the league. You are the Lord of tracking.
I am the Lord of tracking. Thank you.
I also really like your lovely assistant's AR gun there. Could you show that to people? Yeah. Look at the ergonomics on this baby. The way it's got the webcam built in. It's like simple off-the-shelf components.
So
it's hot, right?
This is complete proof that we're engineers, right? I mean, this is, yeah.
Well, my hat is off. Kudos to you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Just a couple questions, like on the handheld demo, have you ever considered mounting a micro projector and projecting the AR back onto the model?
Say that one more time about a micro projector.
Putting a micro projector on your mobile device with the model and projecting the AR overlay back onto the model?
Where were you like a week ago, Will? No, I'm just kidding. I mean, sure, if that's, if you think that's, you're talking about a way to present this? Like,
yeah, on the model, where you're projecting the AR layer back onto the model with a little projector.
It's certainly something that I'm sure our research department has considered. I mean, and the reason I say this is because the majority of our R&D is located in Munich. So we get these demos and we get what they supply us, and they're just constantly working on this stuff. But it's definitely something we can consider in the future. If you think that is a fairly reliable solution.
No, I mean, for me, it's just like kind of the magic of having X-ray glasses, where you hold this thing up to this thing, and all of a sudden it comes alive with little people, things moving around, and you're uncovering parts of the image as you move around. That's the interactivity. But also on the tracking in real space, outside, you're presumably going to have a fairly large data set for tracking targets, right?
Yes.
You're going to have to go out and capture in the real world.
Yeah, and that demo actually was done with the help of ARM, which is a graphics processing. Who's this guy sabotaging me like left and right? That was a demo that we did with ARM. So that was actually optimized for heavy graphics processing. But you're right, it does take a lot of data, and that's why we're working with hardware manufacturers and chipset providers to optimize these experiences for devices before they even hit the shelves.
So was this just using computer vision, or did you also use the sensors in the phone as well, like the inertial sensors?
It's actually, not only is it computer vision, we actually use pretty cool algorithms for gravity alignment, as well as the sort of the camera algorithms that are allowed to learn the environment kind of in real time, recognize it, and overlay it. I think we might have, the gravity alignment actually is sensor-based tracking as well. It's a little bit of sensor fusion as well, but yeah.
Cool, okay, great, thanks.
Yeah, hands down the coolest thing I've seen so far. So.
Awesome, thank you. Okay. So we're having some mic problems. Next up, we have our good friend, Amir Baradar, leading AR artist in the field, whose mic, I'm guessing, is the culprit, actually. Okay. So I just want to take 2 seconds and actually mention the fact that one person here is responsible for 90% of the work. His name is Ori, and he deserves a round of applause, because he is ARE. Thank you, Ori. Yeah. It gets better every year, man. Amir.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah? All right. I don't know what the sound is, but anyway. Okay. So, okay. All right, so the story is that I'm an artist, and I wasn't supposed to be here till last minute I decided. So we have developed this with Patrick, with Patch Realities. What I wanted to do was very basic. I wanted just to be able to think about my fascination with technology that started as a child, with natural technology, and so it was basically with the simplest technology of all: a little magnifying glass, utilization of the sun, the light that captures through that, and if I did get morbid that day, I would be burning a fly or an ant that day. So this is what I wanted to capture. And I think AR is at its very infantile moment of development as well, and I wanted to correlate the infantile aspect of my fascination with technology with the infantile aspect of the AR itself. So this is quite easy. If you sing a childhood song to this, sorry. All right. So if you start singing a childhood song to this, right, like my childhood song, Rabbe, Rabbe, Birum Bia, Ipchi to Birum Bia, Ipchi to Birum Bia, Birum Bia Hululi, Baraya Mashti Huli. Rabbe, Rabbe, Birum Bia, Ipchi to Birum Bia, Ipchi to Birum Bia. And as you can see, the more you talk to them, the more they engage with you. So all the flies in the room will come and interact with you. And to give them more agency, they actually come back and their gaze returns at you through the magnification that takes place. So it's super easy, and you can play with the little devices here as well. But more important than this, the part that's fascinating for me is that I was able to move away from the type of art that I used to do, which was requiring bring your own device, into an installation that's fully sufficient. And this is the kind of thing that art dealers, galleries, museums kind of like, so that you don't require people to bring their things, and they can have a full experience with everything that's already inside of this. And yeah, so that's it. That's the story.
So how about turning off the lapel mic there? There we go. Something went kablooey. So I really like your installation a lot, and I'm like kind of keen on installations, and I agree with you that they're a lot easier to like sell to curators, and you know, and I'm a little vague on the notion of singing to flies. I like the metaphor of the magnifying glass, and I like the other glass, and it's kind of cool that you got so much optic stuff, and the flies are okay, but singing to flies is like a mixed metaphor. And I'm thinking that a swatter would have been in order, you know, something. They needed to sing to little angels or else swat the flies, but singing to flies is, I'm drawing a blank on that one.
It wasn't clear to me why this was AR, or why you needed AR, or why it wouldn't just be a virtual experience on screen.
Well, the beauty of it is that it recognizes, and that's what we have done, is that since Metairie wasn't giving me the 3D things that they have, I had to create something that mimics that. So what you can see basically is that I'm using all the 3 axes here by the 3 markers that I've created. So I know exactly every single point in the space. And through that, I was able to overlay things. So
yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but there's actually flowers that are on the base. The flies land on the base. They walk along.
Okay, I didn't really notice the flies interacting with that, so maybe I missed that part. Okay. Okay, so it's not just your singing that they're responding to, they're responding to the environment as well.
Actually, if you bring this close, the flies kind of go away. So there's a little more kind of.
And to kind of mirror Bruce's comment, why flies? I mean,
It's Charlie. It's flies.
oh, okay.
I mean, we just went with the length of direction that we thought one person would like to interact. I could have gone for longer. If you want, I will add some.
So did you have like a pet fly insect when you were young or something? I'm not sure. So can you tell a bit more about the technology behind what you've got? So what was the technology behind what you did?
Well,
we're using blind and some interesting things with Unity to do like the magnifying glass effect.
And how about the singing recognition? What was that?
That was just a program I wrote to detect the sound.
So any sound would be okay, or do you have to sing? Okay, so you could sing any, you know, just the levels of the volume.
But don't say that to my collectors. It has to be
I could see it as I look at it as a test bed for something, because if Disney got a hold of it, the flies would be replaced by songbirds on your finger and that type of thing. And I think that could be interesting, and that, especially if the animals were interacting with what was visible in the screen, and it would react no matter what it was. That would be cool.
Thank you. And you know, the flies have had a large history of rhetoric behind them within the art world. So, you know, in the 15th century, they used a lot of the notion of trompe-l'œil. So the painter would paint something, and then on the frame, they would paint a mouche, a fly. And you would think it would be so realistic, hyper-realistic, that you would think that it is real. And that would show the true skillfulness of the artist. And in a way, by using the flies, and I have called this the buzz, it's a very self-reflexive process for me, so that I also am aware of the place in which I'm locating myself by utilizing this technology.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right, so we got 4 more. You're going to make it. And keep track. I hope people have been taking notes. Up next, we have Masaki from Sony. Welcome.
It's unplugged. All right. So we have to reboot things. Sorry about that. So give us. What do you got?
An extra 20 seconds.
All right. So give me. All right. It was. All right. It's unlucky for me. Okay. So we start booting it. It's so. Hey, welcome to real-time demonstration, right?
Yeah.
This is it, right? This can happen, right? So I'm rebooting. Okay, by the way, my name is Masaki Fukuchi from Sony Corporation. I'm going to do our fantastic demonstration of the PS Vita AR demonstration, but now we are rebooting. Sorry about that. I'm very sorry. It's shame. All right. So do you want to see that? Wow. All right. I'll start.
It's pretty impressive boot time.
All right, boot time. Let's just, okay, 30 seconds, just boot. And, okay, it's just, can you do that for me? Okay, well, all right, so we're gonna show you our PlayStation Vita, which is a new gaming device for the game device, and its capability whole AR, and which is really good, having good high frame rate camera in the back, and also the accelerometer and the sensors as well, and having a nice high speed or CPU and GPU as well. Okay, so, all right. So this is our technical demonstration of called AR hockey. That's why I'm wearing this hockey game or hockey uniform. This is, by the way, from San Jose Sharks. How many of you guys know this? I don't know. This is what I got this yesterday, right? All right. Connection failure? All right, see that. All right. So this is, so what you are seeing on the screen is what I'm watching, right? This is exactly what I'm watching, and all right. Sorry, it's terrible. Just those cables just for. All right. So the game is super simple. I'm playing against him on the floor, okay? So what I'm doing is just I'm controlling a paddle in front of me, right? Going left. That's it, right? You see that the other motion just gives a different perspective. If you want to see the score, here's the score, right? If you want to see something like, right, here's your opponent, right? Who I'm playing against. Okay, game is just simple. Okay, let me play. I just release the ball, and ball just going back and forth. Do we have a sound? We have super nice sounds. All right, this is super. It's clap. All right, do we have? It's shame. We should have really nice sound. Or it's kind of like it's. Can we mimic it? All right. All right. All right, nice SC. Okay. All right. So, okay, is any judge want to volunteer to fighting with me? Or I'm world championship, right? I do anywhere. All right, thanks. Thanks, man. Okay, just move, right? Don't shake. You just move right and left. I'm a coach, right? You have to follow me, right? Right and left, right? Can you go? I think you better stand in the middle, in the field. Okay, here we go. Okay, I will cheer about. All right. All right, here we go. All right. All right, everybody? All right. All right. All right. I getting faster and faster. Hey. All right. I'm really good at. For sure. Sorry. All right. Okay, so one more thing I can show you is just, can you switch that other? Okay, not only the gaming, those two people players, but we have spectator. That's with Jason Masks. All right, he's the spectator, and you're gonna see. This is what he's watching. Not only they're playing, the both of them are playing here, sharing the space. Sorry. All right, here we go. All right, not only we are playing, but the other people can spectate what's going on here, right? That's the only reason why we have AR here, right? So you know that? Here we have this one. All right. Also, again, we should have nice BGM here, right? This is, it should be like more like just, all right, don't we have? All right, okay, good. All right. Okay, TJ Zoom, you want to pray? We have booth at their demo session on the booth. So please come and see what's going on there. And can you switch to the presentation too? Sorry about but I hope that you understand that we are sharing a space, and that by having nice library which can gives you beautiful 3D space location, we are tracking all the points, not only the target itself, but we are tracking all the points as a scene, so that we don't need this piece of paper for later. So then you can play with this in the town anywhere. You can start this game in the school anywhere without this piece of paper as well. This is Marcellus. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's okay. All right. So maybe this is important thing. So lesson we learned. We had to prototype a lot of game prototype, but we came to this technical demonstration. So I think some game is really good for AR, but some is not. And this is a game we really like it to having AR. So I would say, like, I don't know, this is a good word for ARness is not good or not, but the word, so it's kind of necessity to be AR. So some games should be AR, and to increase ARness, we realize that three things is really important. The speed and robustness is really important. If it's actually beta is running at 60 frames per second, it's not 10 frames per second or something. It's 60 frames per second. That gives you just really nice intuitive control. And the second one is intuitive control. And we didn't, as you see that, we didn't touch your joystick, the paddle. You just move the paddle by yourself. So and also multi-user sharing is very important for sharing space is very key for AR, I believe. And yeah, that's okay. I think basically that's it. All right.
No. Well, I'd have to say that's the first time I've ever seen an augmented hockey game that made me more nervous than an actual hockey game. The tension was almost unbearable. But it was very exciting. You know, it was hot. I don't know, it just smells of futurity. I enjoyed that.
Thank you.
I was surprised with the precision of it. It felt much more precise than like using the Kinects. In terms of a control mechanism. I think it was also kind of smart to have something where you basically have two players focused on something and you're moving around that, as opposed to kind of looking outward. It feels like you can deal with a shared interaction much more tightly.
That was a great demo. It was nice to see that Will can win games as well as make games. It was awesome.
Thank you for letting me win, by the way.
Yeah. And I loved having the spectator view and how you could. So was there Wi-Fi connecting all the
yes,
or Bluetooth?
we have ad hoc.
So you had a model of where all the devices were, so you knew where the spectators were.
Yes,
you could label everything.
Yes.
That's cool. So it'll be interesting to see how it scales up to more than two-person games.
Yes, sure. And also we can do that in not only the same place, but also we can have enough bandwidth, we can play that in the other places.
And currently you need the special marker for start tracking?
Sorry?
You need the AR hockey?
No, actually, for this demo we need this, but we can do that without this piece of paper.
And
this
you
nice
put the black pieces of tape on the ground so you could make sure
yes.
kind of natural features?
Actually, this is not for us, from us. But we are using this for sure. We have to keep tracking all the points on the fly.
Right.
This is all about AL, right? Cool. So, okay.
I was amazed how quickly you just became absorbed in this, and that's what you were focusing on. I think the only real obstacle to it might be the liability attorneys, because somebody's going to wind up going through the drywall. Every time you're reacting to virtual objects with urgency.
Yeah.
and you forget your environment. That would be the only obstacle I could see. I thought it was very cool.
Yeah, thanks. Also, this unplugged, the battery is also the obstacle. Okay, thank you. Thank you for it. All right. All right, thank you.
Thank you. The boot speed it's good. Coming up next, we have Tatiana with Augaroo.
Yeah. Trying not to trip over this. I have 4 minutes, so I'm not going to waste any time. Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having us here. My name is Tatiana Linkset. I'm the creative director of Augaroo, and we're here to present our product, Arball. Arball is an outdoor interactive video game. You just need your iPhone, your iPad, you're all set. Justin, take over.
Hi, everybody. Is my mic on? Yeah, okay. So this is Arball. It's available on the App Store. There's a tutorial to help you learn. We have a character called Ari in here, which we've modeled off Ori. You can tell they have a similar hairstyle going on. You can learn, but I'll give you a demo. So Arballs are 3D balls that you can place anywhere in the world you like. You can see a list of them here. Very popular in Sweden, some other places. I'll just open one of these here called Discovery, My Discovery. You can see it's sitting in England. A guy named iBuildingI built it or created it. If we look at where it's located, you can see it's here in front of his house. Guess he left it out there so other people can come play with his ball. He also has put some content items in here, so we can open it up and we can see that he's put in some kind of nice cars and some classic fire trucks and stuff like that. So you can add pictures or other types of content to your Arball. You can also leave comments and see a complete history of this virtual object, where it's been, who created it, who's interacted with it, and put stuff in it. So we launched this about 2 months ago on the App Store, and Apple actually featured it in the UK. As you can see here, this is the Earth. And we can see that these are all the different locations where Arballs have been created, and there's 768 of them here in the UK area. If we zoom in, we can see additional detail about where they are, hopefully. Well, there's a lot of them around there somewhere. Come on. That's very interesting. Okay. Well, there are a lot of them there. So in any case, to look at your Arballs, what you do is you go to live view mode here, and you can see that there's one over here called We Are Pirates. And if I walk towards it, it gets closer to me. And if let me just go grab it over here, and I can kick it by grabbing it and just shooting it a different direction. So I can send it over this way. You can move it up the stairs here. There we go. You can put it wherever you want. This works both indoors and outdoors. Pretty cool. When you want to create an Arball, you go to the Create tab, and there's several types of Arballs. There's Game Time, which I'll show in a second. There's also Treasure Hunts, where you can create one object and have to find that first object before you can reveal the location of the next object. Some people in Sweden have created a very interesting scavenger hunt based on this. There's Kickballs, like that one I put over there a minute ago, which just based on hitting it and directing it, it'd move around. There's geocaches, which you can place places, but other people can't move them, but they can put stuff in them. And then there's a Free Spirit, which is kind of just a free range. Anybody can do whatever they want to it. So I'm going to create a Game Time here. We can choose a design. We have a variety of designs, or you can upload your own photo, and it'll wrap it around the 3D object for you. I'll make a beach ball here. Now, Game Time is an augmented soccer game, so I have to set goals so I can have multiple players playing this in real time. So I'll just take those locations. Those look good. I'll call it Game 1, or Game 1. It's fine. Post my Facebook wall, not today. All right. So once this game is created, Tatiana is actually going to play with me live here. It is a multiplayer game, right, through the cloud. There's no Bluetooth or anything. It's all going up to our servers. So I'm going to start the game.
Are you red team or blue team?
I'm going to be red team. You can be blue team, Tatiana.
Of course.
I'm going to start the game. So how much time do we have? Probably 3 minutes. It's going to be a minute, probably. All right.
Take your time.
Oops, I'm a little far away, so I'm going to, because it's indoors, I have to tell it where I am actually my starting point.
And I just kicked it. Oh, I'm sorry. And I just kicked it.
Okay, so we have 2 minutes left in this game.
I got so excited about that.
I'm the red team, so I'm going to try to get it through the blue goal. So Tatiana's my opponent, trying to get it through the other goal. Are you playing? Oh. Okay, where's the
And for
goal
some
go?
reason, he
Oh,
always wins, you know, so it just
where'd
like,
my goal go?
I don't know
Oh,
why
it's
that
behind
happens.
me. Whoops. They grab it.
Maybe
send
it's
it
because
back.
we're also married. Maybe that's why.
She's, where'd it go?
All right.
That's the red. Oh, I
All
almost
right.
got it. Goal! I got a goal.
See, I'm telling
Goal.
you, every single time.
All right. So that's pretty much our ball. It's on the App Store. You guys are welcome to download it and play with it.
And it's free.
It's free.
I think that's the
Yeah.
best part, right?
Thanks.
Well, I'm not the game designer at the table here, but that looks like a no-kidding app to me. You know, I've seen similar apps as like the little GNOME app where you sort of like take pictures of stuff and load it, but this has got actual gameplay, and I like the inside registration. It's just good luck with it, you know? It is what it is, and it's well put together.
Yeah, it looks like I like the idea that it seems like users could come up with their own games because you have such a simple kind of palette of modes here. I'm curious, have you kept track of how many of your users were arrested for trespassing while pursuing these things?
Yeah, there's some issues. One person created a game right in the middle of the 405, which looked kind of scary. It's like Frogger,
Suicide
kind
ball.
of. I wouldn't like real life Frogger. I don't recommend that. So, yeah.
Well, I like the simplicity of it.
So what type of content can you add? Just pictures or other content as well?
Yeah, right now you can add pictures or text notes. So for scavenger hunt, you can put in a note, a hint for the next location, for example, in pictures. We're going to add, whoa, hello. We're going to add the ability to also put in like coupons or special offers. There's a guy in the UK who wants to add like resumes. He wants to put a ball out in front of his office, and he wants people to like put their resumes in it to apply for jobs and stuff like that. So
And it's not
a lot
just
of
for your
creative ideas.
use, you know, other people can either change your context, or, you know, well, you need to give them the special permission, you know, or they can store their data there too. So with the, you know, with
Yeah.
Google, you know, like, you know, with the Google glasses, you know, just like we're kind of like hoping, you know, to team up with them, you know, and just see what happens, you know, just because we think that, you know, we can do something very special with this.
Yep. And our backend server can support any kind of object. Doesn't have to be a ball. So we're going to create games like little animals that run around the world, and your kids can run around and capture them and bring them home, and Tamagotchi style feed them, and if they don't, they'll leave. And, you know. Stuff
Yeah,
like
if you don't take care of them, you know, they're just going to leave. So we have lots of ideas. So this is just the first step.
I think it's like a more polished version of the previous one, and if you give users the ability to create their own games, or at least, you know, do different things with the balls, it'd be really cool. As far as the geocaching, it's hard enough to explain to a cop why you're under a bridge when you can take the thing out and show him. It's like, I'm looking for a virtual object on it. But very cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And up next, we have Oriel Bergig with Augmento. Welcome.
Let's see that everything works. Can you hear me? Great. So first of all, I want to present something on the stage here, and we don't like printed markers, so I'm taking it off. I'm going to demonstrate one of our latest and greatest technologies, and the idea behind it is it can work everywhere. You just pull off your iPhone, and you can start using it. And imagine you are now becoming the commander of a sophisticated augmented reality tank. And you can use that tank to blow holes all around you and see beyond walls. So that's exactly what I want to do here. And, oh, I'm not set. Oh, that's great. So, okay, I'm losing it. Okay. Can you see it? No. So it's coming. So the idea is that I can take my phone out anywhere, and I don't need to pre-learn the environment. I'm just launching the application right now. I did test it before that it's working on that stage, but I didn't learn anything in advance per se. And so there's a practice mode and expert mode depending on your level. I'm going to jump to the expert mode, and I'm going to start becoming the commander of that tank by just pointing it to the floor here, and it should just trigger off the floor immediately. Right now it's, hey, Wait a minute, I have a surprise for you. So right now, I'm not yet the commander of the tank. It's kind of aiming on me as I'm moving around. And once I assume control on the tank, I can start scan the environment and choose a target. What do you think should be the target? Okay. So let's see what we've got here. Alrighty. Seems like I've got Bruce there, and I can scan those guys. Okay. So I think I'm just gonna, should I give the command? Okay. So I'm giving the command now, and the tank is rotating toward them. It's gonna take the shot. Let's see what's gonna happen there. Oh my God. Okay, let's see. So I'm gonna pass in front of the projector. I'm sorry for that. Oh, what is this? Guys, are you having a party there? Booze? Who brought booze? Mark? Come on. Thank you. So I got you guys with your pants down. Now it's your turn to hit on me.
God, that was hilarious.
Well, I'm liking everything about it except the word sophisticated. Nobody who wants to blow shit up with a tank really wants to be sophisticated. Just commander of a tank is kind of great right there.
Yeah.
Nice machine. Like really
Thank
well
you.
handled.
Thank
Looked
you.
great.
And it's on an iPhone dual core.
Yeah, and it was actually a successful live demo, so, you know, great for you.
Yeah, very, very slick demo. I would just love the idea of having X-ray things to look behind the walls, and, you know, even by putting, you know, random weird content up there, if you could like crowdsource that content, you know, I think you'd probably get in a lot of trouble, but it'd be very cool.
Yeah, you know, the tricky part is how to find the right content for each situation. Of course, in that case, you know, it was set up for that type of thing. But, you know, this is really the trick on how to, based on your GPS location, etc., pull that into a bigger game. And that's part of a bigger game. I took it out of the context, and that's kind of the demo of the, you know, the cool part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And the trick is how to really find the right content for the right place. So, yeah.
Yeah, because when you hit it correctly, it's great, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good for boring meetings.
For boring
presentations, yes.
No, not boring presentations. That was very interesting. But
Did you say board meetings?
yeah, if you're in a meeting and you just kind of put a tank in the middle of the table and drive around, and then people ask you a question, you're like,
because
what?
it was also on the board meeting of Augmento, but I thought, you know, you haven't been there, so I didn't realize.
Add more sound effects, I think. Lots of,
That's right.
Yeah, definitely. It's great.
It's cool.
Good demo.
That's solid work.
Yeah.
And now our final presenter, Jean-Francois with Augment Dev. Welcome.
Hello everyone. So we just have to wait for the iPad to connect, if it's working. One time. Okay. Last time it took 10 minutes, so. And we did a lot of testing. At the end, it was really working. It's still turned on. So this is my app. No? Is it the right one? Because there was another one that was broken. I can't do more than just plug it in. So. Yeah, maybe. Can't we try the VGA? Yeah? 10 seconds, sure. Wow. Yes? Maybe we need to blow it. At some point it was working to do that.
Like saying everything sucked, and this year he has like something good to say about every single demo.
I'm like encouraged by that. the beauty of it. I could criticize Matayo's duct tape jaw. AR gun. Yeah, well, you know, it's pretty nice duct tape. I'm imagining this to be American duct tape. It doesn't look crisp enough to be Austrian.
German. So what do we do? I can't do more. Just turn on. Yeah, sure. I don't care.
Well, please remember to buy
Are there still some left?
Available online for a low membership.
Whoa! There we go. It was there for a second. Almost.
It was there?
Oh,
yes. Perfect. Right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I need to lock the rotation because. Okay, so Augment is born because there was no simple app to create and to visualize 3D model in augmented reality. It's the basic of the augmented reality, but it was just not existing. So what you can do with Augment, oh, there is no connection. Yeah. So what you can do with Augment is put augmented model on top of a marker, which is quite simple, as you know. So you can put a 3D model, you can scale it, you can set it in the original size. And since you can put one model, you can also put a second model because you want to compare different objects together. And then you may want to put a third model because yeah, 3 is always better. So, and let me take my marker. Okay, so you have the 3 different models. It's a little hard to compare them, so you can scale them down and still compare them. They are all at the same size. So we can remove a model, and then if you have a pocket marker on you, and if you want one, you can ask me after the presentation. You can just put the pocket marker and look at one of those models closer, okay? So now that you know the basics, what can you do to augment internet? Let's say you are reading an article about the first Apple, sorry, and you have a photo, but the photo is really 20th century, so you want something more, and there is something more. There is this little button. So just press the button, go to the marker, and here it is, the first Apple computer. And it's in the original size, so it was quite big at the time. So what else do you want to augment? Let's say you want to buy a new phone. You are on those phone comparison website. You see the pictures, but yeah, you don't care because they are all the same size and you don't know. So just press the button, and in a second, you can see the 3 phones, one next to the other, so you can compare them, you can look at their features, and then you can choose because you saw them. You don't need to go to Best Buy to see what you want. So another use case is you want to buy a poster or a painting, and you have no idea if a particular photography would fit on your wall, nor if it's appropriate to be on your wall, actually, but yeah, I let it to you. So you just click on the button, and then you point the marker that's there. Right away, you see the poster, and since there are several sizes available, you can just resize it to find the right size. So let's say you want the big size, and is it perfect, no? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I should put it on this. Oh, no, we lose it. Oh, fuck. Sorry. Oh, yeah, we are in the US. I should not say that. Sorry. Okay. So then you would want to augment a 3D model which is not on our galleries nor on our database. So you can go to Google 3D Warehouse. You pick any 3D model available there. You just click on download, and after the model is downloaded, like after some seconds, so this is a Collada model, but you can also do the same with any STL, OBJ, 3ds, or Blender model. If it's on the internet, you can access it. So it's nearly done. It's okay, it's a 1 meg file, so yeah, you could understand. Okay, so the model is loaded. Just say open in Augment, and Augment will open it. And you can see this 3D model of the SF MoMA. So you can look at it. If you're an architect, you can put your 3D model on your website and demonstrate them. Okay, then another use case, you want to do 3D printing because you had a brand new 3D printer. So you go to this website where there are hundreds and thousands of 3D models. Just click on the 3D file, and then it will load it. And again, like the last time, you can open it in Augment. And for the first time in the history of 3D printing, you will be able to have a real preview of what's going to go out of your 3D printer. Because until now, you just need to wait that your 3D printer prints, and then you can see what's going on. So there you can see the 3D model in its real size. So if you print it, it will be exactly like that. And moreover, if you want to scale it up or down, you can just scale it in the application. And you see that on the right corner, there is the scale you need to apply to your 3D model to print it in this exact size. So then let's say you are doing your own 3D model and you want to display your 3D model on your iPad, on your friend iPad, or on your customer's iPad. Just create a Dropbox directory, drop your model. Yeah, okay.
Beautiful Dropbox. Wow.
Yeah, drop your model in the Dropbox directory, and then in here you have this little button, open in Augment. And even if the 3D model is in a zip file, it will still work. And as you can see, we also support the animation out of the box. The best part, it's available for iTunes, for iOS, for Android. It's free, and you can download it right now. Thank you.
Well, once you got rolling, that was hell on wheels. I loved the Thingiverse app. That's like super hot. And your graphics were great. I confess I was a little disappointed that we didn't have a 3D vomiting Barbie. But the vomiting Barbie was rocking my world.
Yeah, I know. That was for you, actually.
Just had it going on big time. I really like that. Good luck with that.
Yeah, once you start putting stuff on the walls, I can imagine like just downloading models and decorating my room with them. You know, I think
you can also
collecting models and having this kind of shared virtual model space to me, that's what I immediately wanted to do with it.
Yeah, you can do that.
I think it's a great demo. So how many tracking patterns can it support? Do you have just one pattern you can support, or do you have a whole bunch of them, or how does it work?
There is the big one, there is the small one, and there is a really, really big one.
So it's the same image, just different sizes?
Exactly. No, it's different images, but there is only one image, and then you can put any 3D model on it. So you don't need to print one marker for each 3D model. You just have one, which is quite practical.
That's great.
I've seen here a number of applications where advertisements were being pushed towards you, but what I liked about this was the self-serve aspect of it, how you could create things and then share them with other people. I thought that was very cool.
Yeah.
So, and the models were very good as well. So.
Thank you. Thanks to Google 3D Warehouse. Okay, thank you.
Wow, that was the friendliest Augies in recent memory. I don't know whether to be pleased or not. I guess it is what it is. But now it's voting time. So, we're going to bring all of our contestants up on stage to remind you guys who's who. So, contestants, please rise and approach the semicircle of award giving. Yes, please join, everyone. So yeah, just line up along, that's what we've traditionally done, just along the front so they can really get a look at you. Yep, no, come on. Should we try and put them in order? Okay, so the appropriate order was, I don't remember, first? Okay, so we have Freescale all the way on the left, followed by Build AR, followed by Metaio, then Teletouch. Can we do this? I think we can. And then Stupid Fun Club, Cubiculo, after Stupid Fun Club. Yeah, right in there. Raise your hand when you're there. Raise your hand. Yeah, okay. Amir after that. Misaki after that, we're good. And then move your leg, I think. Okay. Okay, so voting is going to happen via text message. Okay, so yeah, that's actually a thing. So we're gonna have to split to allow the projector to go past you guys. Awesome. Here we've got just about everybody. So again, we're gonna read off the names. Raise your hand when I say your name. Okay, one last time. Okay, yeah. So you have to text. Yeah, we should explain this. Next to your potential choice, there is a number. You're gonna text that number to 22333. Now forgive. So you're gonna text to specifically the number 22333. And it's already going. Whoa. And we're going to clarify who is who one more time. Should we do that? So I'm going to say your name. Raise your hand. Freescale. Build AR. They can't see the numbers? Yeah, take. Okay, go 2 steps down, everybody. Okay, so reading across, we've got Freescale. Build AR, Teletouch, Stupid Fun Club bicycle demo, Cubiculo. You gotta raise your hand. Sorry. Okay, thank you. Matayo. What are you doing? What? Get over there. What do you think this is? Shave it. Okay. Then Amir. Then we've got Sony with their Pong demo. We've got Augaroo, AR Ball. Augmento, and bringing it up, Augmented Dev. All right. So we're gonna give this another 60 seconds, please. Another 2 minutes. Finish off that beer. Give them a good look. Take photos. You guys should be posing that way. It's a media opportunity. If there's anybody that hasn't voted yet, raise your hand. We'll vote for you. If you need assistance. Yeah, go ahead. We're honestly not paying attention. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw in at Augmented Dev. That was Dropbox integration. Throw it at Augmented Dev, man. I'm sorry. Shit's hot.
They won the game. I mean, the game much better than it was.
You are the close.
They had good demo chops too.
Check if there's anybody else that's still struggling with it.
Anybody else still text sending? One more. Okay.
Your friends. Tweet your friends.
It's only
oh man.
Twitter, yeah.
Or Justin Bieber. Get Justin Bieber to tweet out.
Track did not code anything.
5-minute window.
At all.
You can't even see the other one.
Somebody's starting to do that.
Calling all his friends.
Okay, count now 60 seconds.
All right, 60. 59. 5, 41, 30, 20, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, actually 3, 2, oh,
vote.
5% is
We have a winner.
Thank you to all our contestants, and oh my gosh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it.
That is the Augie.
It does seem real.
Looks
Handmade,
expensive.
very expensive.
Please.
At least $2 introduced.
Oh my god.
So if the judge would like to comment on the Augie.
Yeah, I took a beating on the way in.
I think I lost the wings there. The wings fell off.
It's inspiring, it really is.
Okay. And
I think you should present the award.
I guess we'll invite Matayo up, the representatives that we have, to take their award. And let's get a round of applause for everybody that took part. This is awesome. Roman, get up here.
Good job.
Lisa, come here.
Huck, get your award. All right. Hold it high. There we go.
Try to have feathers.
And
Speed.
that concludes the 2012 Augies. Thank you very much for coming. That was amazing. We're doing it again next year. Thank you to our judges. Big round of applause. They were amazing.
Did pretty well. I told you to stand by himself.
See you guys next year.
That's a good point. Yeah, the one's a big company.